Hey guys, welcome to Yum Paleo, and today what we're going to do is we're going to do a really nice snack meal. Beef sliders. So what I've done is I've got my ingredients here. I've got some lettuce, I've got about 700 grams of premium beef mince, I've got a few tomatoes and also a couple of carrots. But I also have used kumara. So what we're going to do, because obviously we can't have bread, we're going to have kumara, sweet potato base and top of our little, as our buns really. So what I've done is I've peeled them and I've sliced them, and they're quite thick, they're not too thin. So I've put them on an oven tray. I've turned my oven on already, so it's at 150 or 300 Fahrenheit, and we're just on fan bake. So that's on, ready to go. I've chopped these up. And what I'm going to do is I've put them on some non-stick paper, and so they don't stick. I'm going to drizzle some olive oil over the top of them, just so they brown up and go a little bit crispy. So good, drizzle that over all of them. Not a huge amount, just a little bit on each. So good. Right, so once you've drizzled a little bit of oil over the top of them like that, they're going to go in the oven. So perfect. So keep an eye on them. They'll probably take about 15-20 minutes, but we're going to keep checking them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start on some of this prep. So with my mince here, what I have done is I've cracked one egg into there, just so the mince binds and it holds together while we're cooking them, so it doesn't fall out everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these into little patties. So the size depends on how big your kumara pieces are. Now mine, I've got variety there. There's quite big ones and quite little ones. So I'm going to start by just wet my hands a little bit so it doesn't stick to me. What I'm going to do is start by making some quite small ones. So about that size, good, and put them on our place. If you've got bigger ones, I mean, totally depending on how much you want to fill in your little sliders, or if you just want them small. So that's about as big as I'd go for my big kumara pieces. Right, so righty ho, so that's all of them made up into little rissoles just there. So move that out the way and pop that down the back. What we're going to do now is I'll just move them out the way slightly. We're going to wash our lettuce, because obviously we want to get all the prep done and then we're all ready to go. So good. So that's all good to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up the tomatoes in slices, so rings, and I'm also going to peel and grate the carrots. Before I do that, I'm just going to pop these on the pan. Right, so now we've got the pan on and going. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop a little bit of olive oil in the pan. Just drizzle it in, not a lot. Perfect. Just to give these rissoles something they're not going to stick to. Right. If you're wanting to also add more things to your rissole mix, I mean, you can add onion, garlic, whatnot. I put salt and pepper in mine. But yeah, by all means go ahead with onion and garlic and all that, just to give it a bit more flavour as well. Right. pop these on. So these won't take long at all. These will take about 10 minutes, but in about keep checking them, 3 or 4 minutes time you want to flip them over. So we're nice and brown on all sides. Right, so I'm going to let them simmer away there, and we're going to get started on our prep. So, I'm going to quickly grate the carrots while they're cooking. I'm going to leave them there because we're going to grate those, so I'll do that in a minute. I'm going to chop up my tomatoes into rings. Good work, you can see that. So they're just nice circles, not too thick. Good. I'm going to cut all 3 of these up. So there's the tomato. Right, now we're going to grate some carrot. And I'm going to grate that into a roll, but before I do that, I'm just going to have a quick look at these rissoles. Good, so there, turn that up a wee bit. So they're holding together quite nicely at the moment. So that's what the egg does, that holds that all together, and so we don't have mince going everywhere. Right, so I'm going to leave them a bit longer on that side. So another couple of minutes before we even toss them over. And also check on your sweet potato, your kumara as well. So that's starting to good. Perfect. So I'll grate these while I'm waiting. So in about 3 minutes you want to flip these over, make sure they're brown, all sides over, and also by the time these are done your kumara should be done. We're going to pull it out and we're going to serve them, and then you're going to have the finished result. So I'll see you in about 5-10 minutes when these are done. See you then. Right, welcome back. So our rissoles are pretty much done, our burgers, so brilliant. And our kumara sweet potato in the oven, I've just given a little poke and they're soft, so we're going to pull them out and we're going to start making the burgers so you can start eating. So here's our kumara. Now just to check they are done, stick your knife in them. If it goes in easily soft, they're done. Right, so we'll turn off the pan. Brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to dish up a few so you can see what they're going to look like. Right. Perfect. And we're going to, I'm going to do this in my hands, it might be a little bit easier. Be nice and clean. Put some lettuce on there. Don't overdo the lettuce because I mean not everybody wants too much. Here we go. I'm going to put a piece of tomato on each of them. Brilliant. Followed by some carrot. Good, and then on go some rissoles or burgers. Brilliant, and then on top we will put brilliant. So there you have it. Beef sliders, or burgers as you might call them, mini form. So I really hope you like this quick and easy recipe, and we'll see you again next time for another one. Bye for now.